What is going on? Welcome back to the Rare Element Sports Card Podcast. My name is Aaron. I'm here with my boy Jeremy. What is good, my brother?
Kicking it and chilling. What's up?
Oh, Podcast 30, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday night, you know what we do.
Hell yeah. I'm down.
Fuck yeah. I got some Chelada Modelos going
Hell
down.
yeah. Chelada, limon y sal.
If you ever want a good beer, good
They're
tasting
pretty tasty.
beer,
Yeah.
grab one of these. They're pretty solid.
I'm not minding it one bit.
Yeah, fucking A. So do you want to jump into the pod, my brother?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, so our podcast is made up of three elements. The first element is the first schmelement.
The smellement.
The first element is cardboard, which is sports card news. This week we're gonna have our second element be some hustle, and we're gonna finish it up with some sports. You ready to rip that fucking shit?
Rip that shit.
All right, so our first topic under the cardboard is kind of a sad. It's not kind of. It's definitely a sad topic. But we're gonna talk about a card angle on it. Last night during the Bills Bengals game, Damar Hamlin, he suffered a very serious injury. Shout out to like his family and to him, and prayers to everybody. The Buffalo Bills Mafia, everybody that's the team, everybody that's involved. Mad prayers go out to all you people. It was a scary thing. But one thing I did notice is that folks that had Damar Hamlin cards went to eBay with them immediately, and they started selling them, and prices started going high, and they started going higher and higher and higher. And before I knew it, I was checking card Twitter, and they were like saying that there's a group of folks that were going on there and shill bidding them, and they were bidding them up to where people can't really afford them, so that they weren't going to able to buy them, and the people that were selling them wouldn't be able to profit off of them. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to even think about all that. What are your thoughts, bro? Like, what do you think about like what's going on with those cards?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a sticky situation because that's people got a lot of money into these cards, and they're going to take any opportunity they can to get a couple bucks out of them. To profit off of something like that is kind of, it's dark and it's crappy. I wouldn't do it myself, but it happens, in the world.
Yeah.
Like, the sad thing is like that's one of the main bumps that people get in their cards.
Yeah.
It's the rookie hype, and then it's maybe a few Super Bowls or whatever, and then it's Hall of Fame, and then it's when they die. Those are like the times to sell, and it's fucked up, but it's true. And obviously hasn't passed or whatever, but like that was like,
we know he's still doing, still alive, and
that was like the implication or what people were thinking was going to happen or whatever, and they were
Right.
The other thing is a lot of the people I initially started seeing complaining about that, I was kind of like, well, how do you know, bro? Because you went to go buy one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, who's real? I mean, were you were going to go buy it because you thought it was going to be worth something someday because of what just happened too?
Because of
It's not like, the buyers are just as much at fault as the sellers, people who are going to try and hurry up and buy those cards right now for that same reason.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Really.
So most of the people who were catching and seeing that, either they were going on there to buy it, or they were going out of their way hoping to see this so they could call it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, I bet you people are profiting on that. I'm going to go see, and I'm going to call them out if so, and I'm going to make a post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Which is, I don't know. Who are you to do that? You know what I mean? Like, are you the hobby police or? Yeah, it sucks, and yeah, it's shitty, and I get it. It's like you said, in our local Bronco groups and stuff, they usually, if when a Bronco dies, they put a little thing in there that says they for a few weeks or a month they won't allow, like Hillman passed
Ronnie
recently.
Hillman, yeah.
And so, not that there's a ton of money to be made off of him. He wasn't like an uber popular player, but automatically guaranteed people went looking for his cards.
Right. Bronco fans would be wanting some of those. Like,
and I had tons of them, and a little, it's fucked up to say, but a small piece of me thought in the back of my head, dang, I wish I didn't sell all those for $2-3. I could have probably got 5 for them now. I mean,
right.
It's shitty, but, that was like one of my automatic subconscious thoughts, like, how can you help but not think that
to profit,
it's
profit.
money, dude. Yeah. And it sucks, but
Yeah, yeah. It's
And I'm not even saying like I really truly felt that way. It was just like a quick little
You had the
subconscious
thought,
thing,
yeah.
you know. I was like, oh man, you know what I mean? I wish I would, or not even necessarily that, but like I wish I would have hung on to one or two now,
So that you
partially
could
because
have
of
one.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What about it? Like, what about someone passing makes people want their cards?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird too, you know, because nobody cared before, you know,
Right.
about Ronnie Hillman cards, obviously, you know, or even Demarius Thomas had lost a ton of popularity right before, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden now his stuff is relevant again, and it's not worth tons of money, but it moves because of his passing, bro.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right. And not to just absolutely not say anything bad about Damar Hamlin, but he wasn't a big time player.
Yeah.
He wasn't a super popular player. He was, not outside of the Buffalo Bill circles. He wasn't crazy well known.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a ton of like Prism and big time cards. And most of the cards that I saw were autos from his college stuff, like
Prestige and stuff, I thought, yeah.
So like those cards wouldn't have had much value, if any, before something like
No
this
matter
happens.
how popular he got, even the most popular guys in a lot of that stuff is not worth a lot.
Right. Even Justin Simmons is one of the best safeties in the league. His stuff, you can get an auto of his for $20.
Yeah.
So like defensive players and guys like that, it's not really, they're not like crazy popular cards. They're not really very expensive cards. But when something like this happens, it kind of puts relevancy on it. It's kind of like that young Dolph John Morant card, like that's a Chronicles John Morant. It's a 10 billion of them. No one cared until they finally, they spotted him in the crowd.
Yeah, and that still is a fairly popular card.
Like the PSA 10 still go for $300-400.
Wow.
So I mean, they still, and granted he's a superstar, so that does help with the values of it. But it's interesting on why people in the hobby want to buy those cards as soon as someone passes away. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I understand, the guys that passed away earlier during their careers that were superstars or something like that. But when somebody who passes after their career, that's weird too, But
Bill Russell just passed away during the National last year.
Yeah.
And like everybody went out looking and buying and trying to dump their Bill Russell cards, and it seems like a weird thing, a weird reason for like cards to gain value.
Yeah.
But they do.
Yeah. 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 I don't know. It's weird. It's like people think of them again, it's like, oh yeah, him. Dang, I wish I would have,
I wish I had one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go look on eBay.
Yeah. And it's not going to go up more now because he's passed. It will get that bump because it came back into people's thoughts. People who forgot about him now remember him all of a sudden and now give a shit and want to go buy his card. But
right.
I don't know. It's weird, man. It's sad and it's weird, but it is what it is. Capitalism. Somebody has something, they want to fucking sell it. Who is anybody else to keep them from selling it?
Right. Right.
It's dirty. It might suck. It might feel greasy or shady. Don't participate. Don't buy it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's true. Like if you feel,
but to go and cock block them is a little weird too.
It's kind of weird in a way. Like I could see like in the groups, like if they say, all right, we're not selling any Broncos for,
especially because it's a commemorative Bronco group.
A Bronco group.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
Yeah,
but like to go shill bid these cards and like that's like all the way cock blocking.
Yeah,
and like people cry and bitch and complain when people win cards on eBay and don't pay.
Yeah,
and now you're doing it on purpose.
Yeah. Two wrongs don't make it right.
Right. Exactly.
That's always been one of my biggest fucking philosophies, I'm not saying I've never gotten revenge on somebody or whatever, but like, I don't know. Two wrongs have never made something right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of it's weird to even, it was like kind of weird for me to even put it into the pod and talk about it. But I was like, it's something that's happening and it's relevant in the hobby, so we should probably touch on it. And I wanted to hear what you thought, bro, because like I get a lot of my hobby chops from you. Like honestly, like you've been more consistent with it, and so I trust your opinions on things. So I wanted to hear what you had to say. But like I said, prayers to Damar Hamlin, and hopefully he's does better and hopefully he could get a full recovery and come back and
Yeah.
do. I don't even know if he would ever play. After something like that
Who
would happen
knows?
to you, if you would want to play or not.
Yeah. I always do my best to see everything from both sides, at least a little bit, and
Yeah,
I can see why people would be offended, and I can see why people would want to make their money, and it's shitty, but it's not up to us to we're not cops, we're
Right.
not the hobby cops. It's not like who to go and enforce that. You can hope that people would not be that way,
Yeah.
but what are you going to do?
They will be.
Yeah.
Like when Kobe died, like it was a crazy scampering for cards for his stuff. Like I was working at the pawn shop still, and we sold jerseys. Like people would pawn their jerseys, and they were coming in and they were looking for Kobe. People were coming in and asking us,
Yeah.
like, "Do you have any Kobe jerseys? Do you have any Kobe?" And I actually had 2 of them, and I had a couple of guys going crazy for them, and they were kind of bidding against each other. I'm like, "Nah, this is the price, man. He was first. I'm selling it to him."
Yeah.
And he was kind of sad about it because they were wanting to find, and because at that time you couldn't find a lot of Kobe jerseys, even new ones.
Yeah.
So it was it's interesting, and Kobe got a huge bump when he passed, and
His prices are still driven by that a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Even though they've come back down to earth, they're still a big part of why he's so popular.
it's true.
Especially because of, his daughter being with him, everything else. The whole story to it just makes it that much more heartfelt and memorable, and it's just
It almost seems like the more awful it is, the more people want the cards or they want the stuff.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. It's almost like it would be like a interesting case study, like a psychological study to see why that is and what drives that in human behavior.
I don't know. Almost probably whatever the same reason why all these shows like that are so popular on TV.
Yeah, that's
all the
true.
macabre shit on TV.
It's true.
I can't say that I've never been into any of that because I have.
Yeah.
But I watched Dexter, bro.
Right. Right. Yeah. My brother named his dog after Dexter.
So
it's true, bro. I watched the fuck out of some Walking Dead, and that's just gnarly shit. And it's just human nature, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. But, yeah, I thought we should touch on it.
Yeah, the main thing is hopefully he's okay. Hopefully the other players are okay because that's traumatizing. Just
Yeah,
you
dude,
know,
fucking A. Could you imagine T. Higgins?
Yeah.
He's the one who put his head down and ran his head right into him and just making a hard football play.
Yeah, no,
And,
he didn't do anything wrong.
And it wasn't even that violent. I mean, it was a hit.
It was a good hit,
but it wasn't
it looked like he took a helmet right to the heart, bro. Is what it looked
Right,
like, but I don't
right.
know.
It was more. It was closer to a regular football play than a crazy big hit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And T. Higgins, I couldn't even imagine how he feels.
yeah,
And it's just natural. It'd be just a natural feeling to feel
Yeah.
shitty about that fucking shit.
yeah. And then they said, was it his best friend plays for the Bills, and he played with him in college and high school?
Oh, really?
It was his best friend or a friend or somebody that played in high school, college, and on the Bills together.
Oh, wow.
So that guy's got to be freaking out.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
They all, you know what I mean?
Everybody.
Man, yeah.
Everyone involved, like the Cincinnati Bengals teams, the Bills teams, everyone involved.
Yeah. It's going to be tough to figure out how to go from there. How do they just count that game like that?
I know.
What are they going to do, bro?
I heard today, I was listening to Dan Patrick, and he suggested just be giving it a tie in this column.
That's what I was going to say. Call it a draw. That
Call it
would
a
have been my
draw.
suggestion.
Mhm.
But
it would have such huge playoff implications with those two teams, especially this part of the season.
mhm.
Did you hear Skip Bayless get destroyed because of what he tweeted out?
that fucking guy.
He got fucking destroyed, dude. The people were going after him hard. And Shannon Sharp wasn't on the show today. And I don't know if it was because he was fucking pissed or if he didn't, something else happened but he wasn't on the show. Eesh, I don't know. I don't know how that guy makes it.
I don't know, man.
That is the wrong time to be saying shit like that. And I understand, you're talking about the game and stuff, but dude, nobody gave a fuck at that point. Nobody cared.
No. Mm-mm.
Not even the Bills and the
Wait
Bengals.
24 hours at least, bro.
I know. Give it some time. Yeah.
I mean, there's millions of people with fantasy football money in the balance right now too. You know, and
fucking A.
I don't really hear any of them crying.
No
you know,
one
and
really. I have heard no one bring that up.
Yeah.
Not once. You know,
I've heard a few people say kind of like, "What do we do?" You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? How are we going to go from here? But I haven't heard any of the participants bitching or and saying what. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen a few commissioners saying, "Hey, how are you guys handling this?"
Right.
You know,
Right.
But like in both of my leagues, it's slightly pertinent, but was pretty much settled.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think everybody will be cool to just figure it out. You know,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be a big deal.
Yeah. You can make it happen, and that's kind of what the NFL is going to have to do with this
Yeah.
situation. They're going to have to figure something out because there's no time to play that game, and they
No.
were saying that they're not going to play that game this week.
Yeah.
So if they're not going to play it this week, they have a game next week, and then after
You're
that,
gonna make them play 2 games in a week.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to find some sort of solution to where it's fair and even, and it's even weird to even say fair and even when the man's
Yeah.
fucked
I mean,
up
it's
like
there's
that.
no good
Yeah.
there's no good way to
There's no good way. There's
even do anything to talk about it or to fucking. It's just
It's just fucked. It's just a fucked up situation.
All you can do is keep your fingers crossed for homie, and that's about it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Hope he's all right. Hope he comes out of it. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting to see how the hobby reacted and how everybody did that. But
Yeah.
we'll move on, bro. We'll get out of that. We'll move on to our next topic under the cardboard, which is Topps Chrome Update Hobby Boxes. So they dropped Topps Chrome Update, and they made hobby boxes out of it. They never really had them before, and so as you know, people in the hobby would assume they'd be good boxes. They'd have autographs. They'd have something special about them, different parallels, like what the fuck a hobby box actually is, and apparently they're not.
Yeah,
They're
that's what I thought, or that's what I was hearing last. Or I think I brought it up in the pod last week, or was it we just talking?
I think we were just talking. We
Yeah.
might have had it on the pod. I can't remember.
I think I might have brought it up just for a second in the pod about that. I had heard that was the case.
Yeah, and they are literally like the same. I watched a video on it. There's the same exact odds on the back of the fucking hobby box as are on the back of the fucking retail boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Exact. Every single parallel, every single chance of getting a superfractor or getting an auto. It's the same odds. It's basically just buying a big fucking mega box. You know what I mean? It's like, I think double the cards, like a little over double the amount of cards you get and like the chances you get to pull something, but like that's it. And every hobby box I've ever seen, they always have like the little H in the little corner, and these ones don't have that either.
So it's not a hobby box; it's just a bigger box.
Yeah, it's just a bigger box. What are your thoughts about this, bro?
Well, that's I think what got me started talking about it was saying last week was saying, instead of I kind of have a feeling that Fanatics / Topps might start be doing that more with their retail stuff. Is it just being smaller boxes of the same product?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? As instead of having hobby be special and different, it's just a bigger box. You know, and that way the odds are the same across the board. I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal, but I do think if they're going to call it a hobby box and sell it exclusively in hobby stores, it should be special. But I've been saying for a while that I don't think that there needs to be separate retail and hobby products, just different size boxes. You can still sell a $20 box at fucking Walmart or a $30 box at Walmart and have the same odds as a fucking hobby box. You know what I mean? It just at the hobby store, it's a little bit cheaper, or you know what I mean? Like you can only get the bigger box at the hobby store or whatever.
Right. It's only available there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be a guaranteed auto or anything like that. You know, what I don't like is retail having basically being its own fucking product.
It's like its own SKU.
Yeah. It's got its own everything. You know what I mean? Other than the base. So.
Right. And they have their own.
And it's always so frowned upon. So why fucking bother?
Yeah.
You know, if anything is retail exclusive, automatically it's fucking dog shit. So who cares?
Right.
Why bother having retail exclusives if it's looked down upon?
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've heard people, I think I told you, I think I even said it on the pod before.
Yeah.
I've heard people like dealers at shows like telling people, I'm not interested in your retail, like just like straight, not giving a fuck about it. And I mean, it's not worth as much. So why?
Yeah, I'd rather having a different product. Just have it as a cheaper, smaller box.
Do you think that the hits and the parallels should be like less in the retail shit, or do you think that it should have the same odds?
I think it should just be the same product, dude. I mean, and then the hobby store can sell all sizes of boxes if they want, without being looked upon like they fucking went and robbed fucking everybody at fucking Walmart from getting their $20 boxes, and now you got to go pay $25 at the hobby store because he just went and bought them all from Walmart.
Right.
And he can just have his own.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the same price at both places.
And you can get the allocation.
Then you don't have to mark them up. Yeah, you just get allocated.
Right.
You get hangers and blasters and all the different size boxes everywhere. And then instead of having to buy a couple of packs out of a fucking hobby box, you just buy a blaster.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
At the hobby store.
Yeah. That makes sense, bro. Even like autos and stuff, do you think like autos and RPA should be like equally distributed across the smaller stuff too?
Well, yeah. I mean, because especially those big products aren't ever in the biggest products aren't blasters and shit anyway. The biggest shit is like Prism and stuff, you know what I mean? But anything higher than that, they don't make smaller boxes of anyway. You know what I mean? Anything higher end than Prism and Optic.
Right. If it goes higher than that, it becomes like...
Then it's too expensive to make it into smaller boxes.
Retail boxes or smaller boxes, yeah. And the sizes of like the numbers of cards per box is smaller. Yeah, that's true. Dude, that's probably what Fanatics is like trying to get people.
That's kind of what I've been thinking for a while and saying for a while, but I've had a few people kind of like argue with me about that. Like they don't, like, I don't know. Well, one of them was a retail flipper, and so he like is like rooting for it to stay relevant.
Stay the same, yeah.
Because he can, but that game's pretty.
It's pretty much toast.
Yeah, if you're making another $5 off of each box, you're doing good.
Yeah. The only way that's gonna work is if you like buy them and sit on them for a couple of years.
Yeah, and that hasn't worked out great either because people started realizing that the retail ain't worth the fuck anyway.
Right.
So all the retail shit kind of isn't really holding its value anymore either.
The best you could hope for is like a silver Prism rookie or something, you know?
Something that has autographs like Contenders or something. But even then, it's still...
Even then, those ones are rough because it's hard to pull an auto in retail Contenders, bro. It is fucking hard. And that's why the hobby stuff...
And then I want to say they're retail exclusive autos too, aren't they usually?
I don't know.
I kind of think they are.
I've never pulled one. So it's like...
I'm almost positive the autos that you do get are retail autos. So
really? I'm sure they are.
Yeah. I'm not positive, but I think.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
So then right away it's still, well, that's just retail.
Right. Oh, I'm not interested in your retail shit. Out of here.
Yeah.
I give your retail.
I wish I had more hands so I could give those titties 4 thumbs down.
I would be way more likely to buy smaller boxes if they had the same odds as the fucking hobby box.
Yeah, that's true. I would too. I would too.
Instead of having to shell out $200-300 for a whole hobby box, you can shell out $30, $40, even if it was up to $50 if it had to be because it had the same odds.
Right.
You know?
Right. Like a blaster of Optic.
Yeah.
If you
actually had chances at autos and shit,
and like
you know?
RPAs and stuff. Fuck yeah, I'd pay $50 for a blaster. I pay $50 for blasters now sometimes. You know, like on
markup.
Yep, on the markup, just because I want to rip something. But yeah, dude, that'd be kind of dope.
So I don't know. The only thing I could see with that would be it might be a little detrimental to the hobby shops if you can go and buy that everywhere. This at the same odds.
If you could buy them at Walmart and stuff. Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, it would. It would kind of put a squeeze on
them. They would still maybe only sell up to a certain size. You know, you wouldn't be able to get the big box. You know, you still get the hobby box at the store, but it just would be a bigger box. They wouldn't be able to sell the smaller boxes.
Right. Maybe
at
like
Walmart, etc.
Keep them to like megas. And then like you can get at the hobby shop, and then the blasters you can get at retail places.
Blasters and down.
But they still have odds to get those fucking good cards.
Yeah.
They would have to, but those fucking, if that were the case, then those retail people would have to really keep tabs on those cards because people will rob them fucking blind. If they can get RPAs and blasters,
they'll steal them.
They'll steal the fuck out of them. guaranteed, especially here where where we live.
Yeah, I don't know.
They'd have to like keep them behind the counter.
I mean, you can though in tops and shit, but obviously they're fewer and farther between. But
Yeah.
they're in there in certain products still.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
it is. Do you think that that's what Tops and Fanatics are kind of doing with this update? Kind of like
It feels like they're testing the waters for that.
yeah, filling it out, seeing
Yeah.
what people say, watching people flip out, make YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
the video I watched. The guy was like upset. He was
Yeah.
not okay with it.
Well, and it was never a hobby before, and so
Mhm.
you know. Yeah, I don't know.
What could you do?
I can see why people would be upset, but I think it's actually a better system in the end
yeah.
for the flagship type products, especially. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Agreed. Like for like higher like Prism and stuff, it might be different, but
Or even anything more than that for sure.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Agreed. Huh. It'd be interesting to see what happens.
I ain't expecting to ever see Flawless at fucking Walmart. You know? But
dude, that'd be sick.
you get one card.
Right? It's like I went down there to get me some fucking quesadillas, and fucking they had Flawless, bro. Fucking pulled a 101 Flawless RPA. We'll see. We'll see what the Fanatics is up to. See
Yeah.
what these fuckers are up to.
See what happens.
Speaking of that, that'll move us along to our third topic under the cardboard. Sports Card Investor had the president of Topps Collectibles, like of Fanatics Collectibles, actually, and he was on, and he did like a 20-minute interview, and it was interesting, bro. Like he didn't say a whole lot, really. He kind of like edged around some things and kind of like hinted towards like the fact that that they're not going to buy Panini. Was
Yeah.
like the biggest thing that I kind of saw that was kind of interesting. But one thing he did say is that he kind of confirmed for sure that they're going to make Topps Chrome basketball, Topps Chrome football, and he just kind of just said it. So I don't know, dude. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that would be the stupidest thing ever if they didn't.
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
That'd be pretty fucking dumb. But
Yeah. He was kind of like, and the Sports Card Investor was kind of hitting towards him, like, so what happened with the Panini deal? Are you going to buy them? And like kind of was trying to like massage it out of him. And he's like, well, and he kind of did the politician like speak and like dodged it. But he basically said, he's like, well, if you want to buy Fanatics basketball cards, we have fucking Bowman U and we have these. And he's like, well, if there might be something that happens where we could start selling football and basketball cards earlier, but worst case scenario, you can get the Bowman U and stuff. So it kind of, to me, it definitely sounds like that deal's done. So
at least for now.
yeah, for now, it doesn't seem like it's in the works.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. What do you think about? And he kind of also hinted towards like new sets coming out, like them bringing out new shit. Do you think that it's going to be kind of like detrimental to like some of the old schoolers and like some of the people that grew up in the hobby, like now, that if they can't get Prism and if they can't get like Optic and Donruss and some of these sets, do you think it's going to stop people?
I don't know. Maybe for basketball a little, but for football, no fucking way.
Yeah.
And the only reason I would even think for basketball is because basketball cards didn't even get that popular until that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were always popular-ish, but it was always, they were third place by far.
Yeah.
And they actually in recent years have crept up closer to football because of the worldwide thing.
Yeah.
Basketball got worldwide popularity, and the European leagues and stuff like that, have made it more popular overseas, and those people are more willing to pay for it because they're newer into it. It's more of a fad to them, kind of.
Yeah.
But I feel like that has kind of fizzled out a little bit and burned out a little. The basketball wave has kind of definitely slowed down a lot. It's like I said, you can go get any kind of basketball card you want retail right now.
Yeah. You can
Pretty much have Select, Optic, and Prism, which are the kind of the top 3 retail products to buy, and they're pretty much just still sitting there. So
they're chilling. Yeah. Yeah.
basketball maybe a little. but I don't think it'll matter for football at all.
No.
I don't think so. Not one bit.
Huh. Interesting. Do you think that they'll like fucking put Topps Chrome football and basketball in retails, like kind of like they have now? You think it'll be a retail thing too?
Yeah, I think they'll do it exactly like they're doing baseball, probably.
Yeah, just kind of follow that model.
Probably.
Yeah. Do you think that if Topps Chrome football and basketball come out, which they said it is, do you think that the old shit, like from back in the day, will start to get a bump on some of their prices, or do you think
It might.
like kind of bring them back to the forefront a little bit?
It might a little bit. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Do you? I'm like just spitfiring questions at you, dog. But do you think that they'll use the baseball model of Topps Chrome with football, like the golds are out of 50 instead of out of 10?
I think so. I think Topps is pretty consistent about keeping their parallels the same across all the products.
Yeah.
Not unlike Panini. You know,
Right.
But
Right.
I'm pretty sure Chrome is going to be. I think that's I think so.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty consistent.
Because Bowman does it too, and like they do it all across the board with all their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot less confusing, bro.
I agree. And I think golds. I think you should have a few more golds than 10.
Yeah.
10 is. I mean, I get it. It's low numbered, and that's what kind of makes them super valuable.
Yeah.
But man, I just would like to get golds. And have a little better chance to get a gold. Even if
and the thing is too is that there's so much fucking. They print a lot of baseball cards, bro. And so, depending on the actual print run, card numbered out of 50 could actually be more rare. Not more rare. It's definitely not more rare because there's 50 of them. Harder to hit, I guess.
which I guess in turn kind of makes them more rare.
Yeah, sure, because less of them could have been pulled.
Right.
Yeah.
If you print 100,000 cards and you have a gold to 10, that's a percentage.
And if you
print fucking 2 million cards and you have gold out of 50,
yeah,
it's going to be similar percentage wise. Yeah. Of how many cards produced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's true.
So, I mean, I feel like I see more Panini golds than Topps Chrome golds all day.
I do too. I rarely see Topps Chrome golds. Hardly ever.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
It's true.
Kind of depends how much they're actually printing.
And
as far as rarity, yes, there's only 10 versus there's actually 50 in the world.
Right.
But as far as you being able to pull one out of a fucking pack,
right,
I think the Topps is harder.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's why the
It
black
seems that way.
like the flagships, the flagship cards, they have the black parallels, and they're like out of like 67 or like 71, like weird kind of serial numbered, but they're pretty low numbered. Those fuckers are hard to hit.
Yeah, they're rare.
And they're super rare. So like, and people chase the fuck out of them.
Yeah, they're definitely hard to find.
Yeah. Especially for $8.
Well, and that's the other thing that Panini does too is they make every single card have the fucking parallel too. So then they've got all those inserts and everything else has. I don't know if Topps does that too, but maybe they do. I don't know if Topps does for every single fucking parallel of every single insert, but I know Panini does.
Yeah, they do for sure. And then with like sets like Select, they have like every die cut, every fucking level. They have like Select, you can have like 200 golds out there, maybe more.
Yeah. Between all the inserts, everything else, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But yeah, dude, fucking 2025. He was saying it was Q4 in 2025 when they'll get basketball, and then Q2 of 2026.
That's coming.
Get football. So it's creeping. It's creeping around. It's getting closer. It's getting closer, and I'm excited. I kind of can't wait, to be honest. I fucking can't stand Panini because
Panini sucks. Wow.
Wow. Motherfuckers. But that's all I got for the cardboard this week. Do you wanna fucking do a little shotty shot, dude?
Yeah.
Right on, brother.
Cheers, dog.
Cheers, brother. Whew, that was good. Tastes like victory. Tastes like victory. It didn't happen for me this week, bro. Fucking Michigan got smoked. Michigan got beat by TCU, but so did Ohio State. They lost. They lost to Georgia last second, like the stroke of midnight, bro. Like that game was on the East Coast, so like they kicked the Ohio State drove down to get into a position to kick a game-winning field goal, and it was a long one. It was like a 50-yarder. And he kicked the ball like at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve, and it fucking hooked left. And Ohio State lost in like dramatic fashion. I just had to take a little bit of like love for that because Michigan got smacked around pretty hard. So I was like, fuck, dude. And Bangers was hitting me up, giving me a hard time. I was like, dude, you're going to get your turn. You're going to get P2. And then they did lose. So yeah.
So it's double whammy.
Double whammy. So. But do you want to hear a little word from our sponsor before we jump into the hustle?
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Denver Card Shows. Come find your grail and chill with some of the dopest people in the hobby. For more information, check out denvercardshows.com.
Nerd.
I fucking hate hearing my voice in that, dude. I sound like a dickhead. But yeah, come check out the Denver Card Shows, denvercardshow.com if you have any questions about shows and getting tables. And it's a great show. It's one of the best ones in the country, so come and check it out.
Yup.
Absolutely. But I think it's time to jump into the hustle.
Okay.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
So our first topic this week under the hustle is about the Luka Doncic logo, man. Apparently, Shine, he's made this flip, dude. He's like, he originally bought that card, that Luka logo, man, in 2019, I want to say.
I think so.
I think he bought it for like $400K, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then he's the one that sold it when it went for the record, when it went for $4.6 million in 2021. And then that person that bought it decided to sell it this past November. He sold it, and apparently Shine is the one who bought it back. So like after it was all said and done, dude, like he bought it for $400K, made like $4 million on it, and then eventually ends up buying it back for like $3 million. And after all the juice and after all the fees, he made like 300 some K off that card, and he still has the card. So like it's bounced around, but he still has it. That like we say, and I've heard other people say, it's like they let you buy them back, bro. You know, but this one's a 1-of-1. I thought it was interesting. What are your thoughts about how this card bounced around like that?
I mean, yeah, that's good for him, bro. Fucking doesn't always work out that way. So he got him a nice fucking fat win, and you know everything else is gravy. But yeah, these are the stories that we hear. You know,
Right.
The W's.
You hear the dubs.
And, you know, that's good. That's the way we hope every deal to work out. You know, it doesn't always work out that way. It usually doesn't always work out that way, but it does once in a while, and dope, you know, good for him. I honestly have a hard time seeing that card staying that high, but who knows? He is playing lights out, but anytime these modern cards start creeping up over $1 million, it fucking, I don't know.
Are you sketched on it?
A little bit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit, yeah, because, I mean, they're still playing. They haven't really done shit yet. How can you justify that, really? You know?
It's tough. It's tough.
If somebody's willing to pay it, cool. I'm not. Even if I had the money, I would have to have a lot of money to blow it on that. And it wouldn't be for an investment, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy that because I think it's going up. I would buy it because I wanted it.
Because you were a fan of his or a fan of the team or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
We'll see. Who knows? I mean, I could be totally wrong. But man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, bro.
Yeah.
For a guy who's never really won anything. And he's, you know, like you say, he's playing great, and he's always been, you know, since he came into the league, he's been great.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know what's going to happen or what could happen. You know, you could have a fucking sex tape hit the fucking internet, or he could grab some titties or like do something fucked up.
Well,
you know?
and Shine can fucking sell it for $1 and still break even now.
Yeah. That's true.
You know?
Yeah, but that was a decent move. I gotta say,
Yeah.
I gotta give him props. That was a decent move. It's like, fuck it, I'll buy it back for less now,
Yeah.
and I'll have it.
Yeah.
And who knows what his next move with it, but it's cool to actually hear what happens, because you never hear
Yeah.
who buys the cards. So some of these cards, they'll go out and you'll hear, 3.1 million for that Luka, and you don't know who the fuck has it, but like we kind of know now, and it's interesting to like kind of see like the moves that someone that plays with big cards like that makes.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a smart move, even on smaller cards. Like if you say you have, I don't know, like an Aaron Judge rookie fucking auto or something, or somebody that's kind of up and coming, and you buy it, and then he goes on a run like that. He hits 62 home runs, and then you go and you fucking sell that card, make your money, and then if you're a fan of that card or that player, then it's gonna come back down. He's gonna hit that high from fucking breaking the record and shit, and then it's gonna come back down, and then you fucking buy it again, and then you can have the card.
Yeah. That was like the auto of his that he got for $100, and sold or traded it for like 3 or something, and
I think it was 4.
and then I mean it's probably come back down to earth already by now, and
Probably $150 card, $200 card, something like that now.
wait a little longer, and you can probably get it back for less than you bought it for the first fucking time.
It's true. It's true.
So,
But you could do it with other cards. With smaller cards, you could do that same thing, and you can make money on the same card multiple times.
yeah.
It's like Brady. Like you had those Brady rookies, and you sold it at kind of a peak.
Yeah, I mean, I paid who knows how much, $1 or $2 for that card out of a pack, fucking in the year 2000.
Right.
Graded it, sold it for a nice chunk at pretty peaked out, and that card's going for quite a bit less right now. I just saw one sell the other day for fairly substantially less than I sold it for, but I picked up another one for a couple $100 and got it graded, and it's just a 9 this time instead of a 9.5, but it's still $400 card.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know.
You can still.
So now I have that, and I paid less than $2 for it
Yeah.
recently, so
And
I can sell that for $4 and buy me another one for $2, and then
keep kind of
and
rinse
keep having the card. It's not the same exact card, and it's not even a numbered card. It's just a Brady rookie, but
right. Just
you know.
rinse and repeat, and keep.
I wish I
making-
would have bought both of them. He had 2 that day.
Did he?
Mhm.
Yeah. Fuck.
And they're both in similar shape. This
Yeah.
one's a little nicer, but
Yeah, and his shit. I mean, with a guy like that, he's the GOAT.
yeah.
He's the GOAT, so he's gonna fucking command.
It's always
going
gonna
to
be worth a few $100s, no matter what.
Yeah, for sure. So like, when he actually retires, it's probably gonna get another bump, and
Yeah.
then you could maybe hold it until then, or
When he wins the Super Bowl this year,
which he still fucking can. That son
Fucking
of a
guy.
bitch. Fuck him. Fuck that motherfucker.
fucking fluke, bro.
Man, that's jumpy.
What did you say? The fluke that never quit fluking.
The fluke that never stopped fluking.
Yeah,
Bledsoe was better.
dude, you gotta bring that hashtag to life, dog.
I've used it a few times. It doesn't come to life.
No.
Nobody even fucking cares. People don't
Nobody
even
gives
know.
a shit.
People don't even know who Bledsoe was. They're like, what? Who?
Who Bledsoe? Yeah, nah, nobody knows. And it's a funny joke, and nobody even gets
Yeah.
it. Nobody even gets it.
Oh shit.
But we'll move on. Kind of speaking of, we were kind of talking a little bit about this a second ago, but our second topic under the hustle is about grading, like the grade to flip game. Grading prices have normalized. They've come back down to a reasonable level. The turnaround times are becoming more and more reasonable by the day. Do you think that the grade, like the raw prospecting grade to flip game, is going to be back? Do you think it's back, dude? Or do you think that with the market being so low that it might take some time? Or what do you think?
I think a little bit. I think the problem is too many people are hyped to it now, and there's a lot of people that are doing it. So, the game was to buy the cards, grade them, and flip them and sell them. But now with everybody doing that, there's less people to sell the graded cards to because everybody's kind of trying to do the same thing. Everybody's trying to buy nice raw cards and then flip them and sell them.
Yeah.
Problem is too is it's harder and harder to find the nice raw cards because everybody's fucking grading.
Right. Nobody's
So-
selling them. They're selling the shitty raw cards.
Mhm.
The off-centered
So
motherfuckers.
if you find a card at a show, it's most likely not worth grading. You know, you can find them. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not saying they're not out there because they are.
Yeah.
I just got done saying I just graded a fucking card I just bought the other day. So
Right.
I mean, they're out there for sure. Especially if it's a card that can grade a 9 and like you can pay $100, $200 for it and it comes back a 9 and it's still worth $300-400.
Yeah.
You can grade it for, I mean, by the time you turn it all around, everything else, even if the grading fees are $15 or $20, you probably got $40 into it at least,
Yeah.
shipping, everything else, etc. Especially if you're just grading one card, maybe even more.
Yeah.
You know, the return shipping is what eats you up if you're just grading a card or two.
Right.
So,
That insurance and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just gonna do one card, it's like $50, even if it's on a $15-20 level.
Yeah.
That's even more by the time you ship it, insurance, everything. So, but if you can take a $20 card, turn it into a $100 card, you know, it can happen. The cards definitely sell faster in slabs. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you can have a card that is worth $900 and you pay $100 to fucking slab it and now it's worth $1,000. You're not going to increase your profit anymore per se, but it's going to probably sell faster.
Right. Yeah,
So-
that's true. That's true. And it's gonna
It's more desirable, more liquid,
desirable, more liquid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
easier to transport, especially if you do a lot of shows and shit. Slabs are kind of convenient. They're heavier and they're a little bit bigger, but like sometimes boxes and boxes of cards, you never know, fucking dump a whole box of cards or something. I haven't had it happen to me, but like I've seen it. Or
I've seen it too.
there's been a few
Yeah.
times where I got that cart loaded down pretty good, bro. And I'm like, if one of these boxes dumps, that's gonna suck. You know?
Yeah.
And if it's slabs, they're a lot safer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's encapsulated, and
Mhm.
usually, if you're doing it right, you have it in a slab bag, and it's
That's part of why I just graded a couple of my bigger cards with Beckett on that holiday special turnaround or whatever, 3-day or whatever, and they're already on their way back, and that's part of the reason why I did it was because I knew they were probably going to come back as 9s, but they're pretty much for all the reasons I just said. They're going
Yeah.
to be a little more liquid. It doesn't add a ton of value, but it adds some, and they're safer.
yeah,
You know, they're
Yeah.
fairly big cards. They're a couple $1,000 cards, $1,000 to $2,000 cards or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I feel better having it in a slab
yeah,
than
Yeah.
a one touch or a fucking top loader.
yeah. Especially a one touch. If you
Yeah.
drop a one touch and it's not in a bag or something, it could fucking pop open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fucking nightmare, dude. Yeah, it's true. Absolutely.
Yeah, and one touches look nice, but I have a feeling more one touches have damaged cards than saved cards, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Because
Fuck
it is
yeah.
so easy to like have it slide around just a little bit when you're fucking putting it in there, or I don't know, man. They don't fit quite right sometimes, and
Sometimes the cards are like
your
kind of
corner's kind of like stuck out of there, and you don't really realize it. And
Mm-hmm. The cards come bent sometimes,
Mhm.
like chromium cards especially, and then you put that fucker in there and it kind of flattens it out, but then it kind of cockeyes it sometimes.
Mhm.
And you can catch a corner when you're
Mhm.
trying to fucking seal it down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's much, honestly, it's probably safer in a top loader
Yeah,
and a team bag.
I agree.
You want to put it in a top loader, especially if it's a thick card, and then put it in a team bag to protect the dust from getting in the top.
Mm-hmm. And
you know.
for the card fucking falling out.
Doesn't
too.
look as nice, but
I think it better.
how many people really present their cards?
Yeah,
you know?
not many.
And if you're going to display them, that's cool. Put it in a one touch as long as you're not fucking with it, moving around. It's in a glass case, a black glass book case or some bullshit like that, and looks pretty on a little card stand and in a bag and whatever. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
fucking A. Yeah,
You do whatever you want with your fucking cards, but
yeah. You can light them on fire. I don't give a
I'm
fuck.
not the biggest fan of one touches. I like them because it makes your card pop, makes it present well.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to look at it faster. They're like, oh, it's in a one touch. It must be good.
It's in a one touch. Let me see that
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
I
fucking
know
A.
they catch my eye faster in a
Yeah.
case.
Yeah,
You know,
it's true.
so
Even in my little case that I have, few cards that I have the, if it's like $50 or higher, I'll put it in a one touch just because it looks better.
and people are probably look at your slabs and then your one touches and then your
Than your top loaders.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
in that order of
Importance.
yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
That's kind of how I do it when I'm going through somebody's box.
Yeah.
You know.
You flip through the top loaded ones real quick. Oh, and then all right, the one touches. These,
Yeah.
these mean a little more.
Yeah.
Let me fucking
Let me
take
actually
my time.
look at these ones and not just glaze through them while I'm looking at the fucking walls and shit, so I don't fucking feel like a dick. Thanks, homie. Thanks for letting me look at those.
I appreciate that. Those cards were not what I wanted. No, you could find some fucking gems.
No, I
in
will
those.
not trade you those for my Mahomes autograph, dickhead. Sheesh.
You motherfucker, you.
Just kidding.
Just joking. Those is jokes. Sort of.
I mean,
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this grading game goes. The grade to flip game. See if it's comes back to life. Got some CPR with the fucking PSA prices and everybody coming down a little bit.
yeah.
Hopefully, because that's fun, bro. That's like part of the fun part of flipping cards. If you're into flipping cards, is like digging through a box, finding a couple of little jemmies in there, and checking them out. Oh man, this one's a grader, and then like send it off. You get that 10. Ooh, that feels good.
Mm-hmm.
That feels good. I like that. That's like some of the fun parts for me, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they can keep it under $20, then that's still there.
Yeah.
You know, for those lower end cards you can find in a value box and turn it into a $50 or $100 card. Shit, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like magic, bro. little fairy dust on it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, as long as it doesn't get played out, you know. Too many people start doing it and it fucks it up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's true.
if everybody's doing it, nobody wants to buy them anymore, and then, you know, we'll see. You got to be first to market.
Got to be first to market. Shit, that's funny. But we'll move on. We'll move on to our third topic under the hustle element this week, and it is about hype versus performance. Hype versus performance. I'd like to get your thoughts on this, dude. Like, hype drives the hobby. It just does. Is that model of these guys coming out of school and these young kids coming out and having all the hype behind them and their cards being worth more? Like, it's taken a Super Bowl appearance for Joe Burrow and like fucking Jalen Hurts doing some ungodly shit this season to make their cards like move up into the Justin Herbert range because of the hype that he had. Do you think that the hype model is here to stay?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's kind of been like that, honestly, since like the 90s, dude, really. The rookie chase, you know, the current rookie chase. Yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere because everybody's trying to be 2 steps ahead. And the only way they're going to be 2 steps ahead is to, like, buy shit too early.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what happens is there. And then when too many people are like-minded, it's like I just said about everything else, is everybody's trying to do the same thing and it fucks it up, dude.
Yeah.
And if everybody's trying to get that rookie first because it's going to be worth something someday, well, now all of a sudden, if everybody's going for it now it's worth what it's supposed to be someday.
Right.
Now.
Right. Now is someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
true.
now you just have to hope it either holds value or he does something even more spectacular to try and gain popularity, even more than meeting the fucking hype, because now meeting the hype isn't going to be good enough to give it a fucking boost. Meeting the hype's only going to be good enough to maintain.
Right. Yeah.
So now you got to exceed the hype to actually get any kind of boost.
You got to do something crazy.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Judge,
Something
kinda
unseen.
like
yeah.
we were
or-
talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Because like honestly, like if you look at like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, like Josh Allen's cards are about, well, they're a little bit less than Mahomes. On the lower end stuff, on the higher end stuff, it's probably close. Probably still a little bit lower, but I mean, still pretty high. And Mahomes has won a Super Bowl, and Allen hasn't. He hasn't really done anything. And like, I don't know, dude. Like, what has Josh Allen done to like deserve those prices? I mean, other than having the hype behind him, and he's been good. I mean, he's played good.
It's exciting to watch.
Yeah.
That helps a lot too. The what's the word? It just came to my mind. kind of like pizzazz almost, or the flamboyancy, or you know what I mean, of the flash.
The flash.
You know,
Yeah.
that helps. Even if you're not great, if you can do exciting things once in a while,
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah.
I think it, yeah, I don't know. It's like said something about hype and performance combined, you know, would be like the ultimate catalyst or whatever. But and that's if you can perform up to the hype, then like I said, then that at least it levels you out. But you have to have something extras too, something special. And if it's either that you doing something on the field that nobody's ever seen, or maybe your off field persona has to be special.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that
Like, yeah, dude. And I
you have to have that little extra charm, or that, you know.
I think you're right. Because I think Baker Mayfield was well on his way with that.
Yeah.
If his play on the field could have matched,
Yeah.
you know, his hype and like, I mean,
Yeah, he's all over the TV
he's
and commercials and everything
really
else, and
funny commercials,
yeah,
good commercials.
fairly liked as far as like a person.
Right. And if he could have continued on with his play on the field, and he's doing better now.
Yeah.
But still, it's not like what people expected. This is his third team
Yeah.
already.
Yeah,
And it's not what they expected. But if he would have had that play, his cards would have been crazy.
yeah,
Like they would have went through the fucking roof.
yeah.
You know? And like Patrick Mahomes is great, but his off the field stuff, nobody cares. Like he does some commercials and he's
Fucking
not.
dork.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, yo! Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of kids copying his hairstyle now, though. It's kind of weird.
But like Russ is kind of an example of that
Yeah.
too. Like he's
Yeah.
fucking corny and goofball and like nobody cares. Like it doesn't resonate. You know, and now his play has been not as good, so it
Yeah.
really hasn't matched. But like if you're a dork, nobody buys your shit,
Yeah,
you know? And I think I hate to say this cuz he's like one of my heroes, but like I think Jokic kind of suffers from that. Cuz he's not necessarily a dork, but he's not like
he's not gonna do anything to promote himself.
right. He's not at all. He's like anti that.
Yeah,
He really is. And it's kind of cool that he is that
Yeah.
way, but he's not doing his card prices any favors
Yeah.
by being the way he is.
I saw.
And that's cool,
yeah.
you know, but
yeah, that's cool. Good for you to be who you are, and I respect that more, actually.
right.
But fuck, man, my
But-
card needs to go up.
We need your cards to go up, motherfucker.
I saw a story about one of his teammates in the locker room said something about in his locker he had his MVP trophy, and he had a trophy from a horse that he owns that won a race or whatever. Like he owns like some like racing horse or whatever, and it
Yeah.
won a race, and he's more proud of the horse race trophy than the MVP trophy.
Yeah.
He like keeps it like dead center, like right in his locker, like all, and his MVP's like just kind of like shoved to the back with like
It's over there.
the speed stick in front of it and shit, and like
Has deodorant stains on it.
yeah, and his fucking horse trophy's like bam.
This is my horse trophy.
Yeah.
Very proud of this. Fuck yeah, dude. That's who he is, and that's cool. But his like I say, his cards suffer because of it.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest players in the league right now.
Dude, he's obviously he probably won't get it for several reasons, but like he has to be talked about for the third MVP.
He might, bro.
You know,
I the only person. Well, we'll talk about that here a little bit later.
Yeah.
But like, he might be. But like that hype for guys like Zion, they made his cards artificially high forever, and now he's hurt again. He got hurt last night. It's like, dude, he just gets hurt and gets hurt. But like his cards maintain because of the hype behind him and like the potential. But like at some point they're just gonna tank and crash, and they've crashed and come down, but not all the way.
yeah,
Like his and Jaw's cards are still very close to each other, and like, dude, Jaw is doing incredible shit. Like he's scoring 35 a game.
what happened to Zion?
He got a hammy. He like fucked up his hammy last night, and they're saying he's gonna miss several weeks.
Oh shit!
So there's another Zion injury, you know, and that hype is just like the ice is cracking underneath him right now, and that's not a joke about him being fat. Not a joke about him being fat at all. Because I'm fat and I go out on the ice and ice fish all the fucking time. I risk it all the time.
That shit's scary, huh? Those
Bro.
loud freaking
Yep.
high pitched, like you can hear it.
It's like a beam,
Yeah.
like a metal beam getting hit with something, and you
Yeah.
just feel it under your feet.
Bing.
It's fucking terrifying. Have you been? Have you ever been on the ice when it shifted, when the wind catches it and like moves the whole sheet and it crashes into the shoreline? Dude,
Yeah.
holy fucking shit! I was at San Isabel one time with my dad, and fucking you just kind of it felt like you're on a ride, and you just feel it like kind of move, and it doesn't move, it like spins. So like I'm facing you, and then all of a sudden it's like, and then you just hear that ice hit the dam, and it just like sounds like 10 car wrecks, just and the ice just shoots up. Fuck. And on the back end of the lake, water starts coming up over the top of the ice and like instantly freezing. It's the weirdest shit you'll ever see, dude. It's fucked up. I was like, all right, it's time to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, hype versus performance. It's an interesting thing to kind of think about and like what really drives card prices. I was watching Lucas Tigers and Bronze, and Cage Lawyer. He's been in the hobby for a long time, and the other guy, I think his name is Andrew. He was like talking about Giannis and like talking about different players, and he's like, bro, it's not based off performance most times. It's based off of hype. He's like, yeah, Giannis is great, and he's going to be great. And he's like, but his prices will never catch a guy like Jordan or like some of the GOATs. You know what I mean? It just won't. He's like, because he doesn't have that type of hype behind him. And it's completely true. The hobby is just different. There's people that aren't in the hobby, and they ask me questions about guys and about different players and stuff. And they're like, yo, what about this guy? What about this guy? And I'm like, yeah, people don't give a fuck about him.
What? But he's great.
Yeah. Like, why? Because he's a big man, or because he is Nikola Jokic and he's into horses, and like, you know what I mean? That's not sexy, man. It's not. And so people in the hobby are like, yeah, fuck that. We'll chase Jason Dominguez, or someone else. But I don't know. Do you think that will ever change? Do you think that's just how the hobby is and that's how it's going to be?
Yeah, ever since, like I said, ever since the first big booms in the late 80s and early 90s where people were like, well, you should have saved all those fucking cards. Now it's, we got to make sure and save all these cards.
Right.
But
right.
It's only, you can't save every single card.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to pick and choose. The only way to pick and choose is guessing who's going to be the greats.
Right.
And that's what hype is, is just guessing, or like, not guessing per se, but like
assuming.
Anointing, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But wow, I don't know. I would like to see some of that. I mean, it kind of changes a little bit. Like there's guys like Brock Purdy who had zero hype and have come out and started playing well, and their cards move and they get crazy. So there's some performance based stuff too. Yeah,
but it's still just hype because his performance hasn't been great enough to justify the hype that has come behind it.
That's true. Yeah, that's
it's just
true.
like, oh crap, there's another guy we might have missed. Hurry up, run, go get him, everybody. We fucked up. Same thing when what's his name started a game or two for the Patriots, bro.
Zappy.
Yeah,
that's true.
He didn't do shit except for start a couple games.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, he's starting. Run, go get him, everybody. T-Bay.
Right, off to eBay we go.
We fucked up.
That's funny. Start digging
and
through
then
your
he
boxes.
goes back on the bench and like, we fucked up again.
I knew I shouldn't have sold those Mac Jones.
Damn it.
Oh, shit. That's funny. That's true, though. That's exactly what happens. It's exactly what fucking happens. Oh, shit.
Well, and anytime a fucking new quarterback starts, bro, that hasn't ever started, it's like, if a guy has been in the league for 6 years and all of a sudden he starts a game, it's like, Mike White, oh shit, we fucked up, we forgot about Mike White, everybody. No, he just was a bench warmer.
You're just a 7th round draft pick. And fucking Brock Purdy was literally Mr. Irrelevant, literally was.
About time the Mr. Irrelevant fucking made a name for himself.
No shit.
Yeah.
The guy that was the biggest before him was Ryan Suckup. He's a fucking kicker.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Thank God for Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That hype is never going away, I don't think. That's what drives it, bro, and that's what makes it fun and makes it popular. And people want to say they were right. They want to fucking win their gambles, you know.
That's true. People really want to be right.
Mm-hmm.
That means a lot. That's true. I know I do.
Yeah.
When I buy a guy, I'm like, oh, I'm chasing this guy. I'm like, I was right. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew to buy that Aaron Judge when he was at home run number 20. I knew it.
Yep.
Had nothing to do with the Yankee hat on my fucking head. Shit. But you want to move on to some sports, my brother?
Yep.
So, like I was saying earlier, we got a little Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic talk going on. The first topic under the sports element is about those two homies. And they are fucking killing it, dude. Both of them right now, they're playing at a high level for, you know, the way Luka plays, he's playing at a high level, and the way fucking Jokic plays, he's playing ridiculous. Dude, who is the better player? Who, in your opinion? Take the bias out. Take your Colorado bias out. Who in your opinion, is the better player?
Well, they're different, so it's hard to say, you know. Like, they don't play the same. So.
They have different. Yeah, they play different for sure. I guess the question would be, who would you rather have on your team?
Oh, okay. Then that kind of changes it. I would say, if you had to poll 100 people, who's the better player, Luka was going to win probably.
Yeah.
Who would I say is the more valuable player, or who would I rather have as the core of my team? Joker all day.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Jokic all day because he's just solid, bro. He's unique, and he's like the fucking core, bro. He's like the hub of the wheel. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think you could build any kind of team around a guy like that. And I think Luka has to fit in with a certain kind of scheme and shit. Yeah. I think fucking Joker could fucking play on any team.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're 100% right. And I think Joker also is more unselfish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All day.
And
I don't think even Luka's a selfish player per se.
Not necessarily, no.
But he needs his numbers. He needs the rock.
He has to ISO and like clear out the lane, and he'll do his thing, and he'll score, and he'll hit the open guy.
Yeah.
But he's more of like the centerpiece offensively, and Jokic is more of like
needs to be.
Right.
Yeah.
And needs to be able to thrive.
Yeah.
And Jokic is more like the distributor and like the facilitator of the offense.
And whatever it takes guy.
Mm-hmm. And if he has to score, he will.
Yeah.
And he can. And he could hit threes, and he could hit runners, and he could hit fadeaways. You know, and he has every shot in the game.
He's a fucking Swiss Army knife.
Exactly. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% agree. 100% agree.
And personal bias, you know.
Right. There's definitely that, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely that.
No, I mean, I would, like I said, I would, if I was standing there and I had to pick either one of them for my first pick of my street game, I'm going Joker all day.
Yeah, I would too. I think I would too. And that's, definitely biased too.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you
not, bro? he's in our hometown. You know?
Yeah. And plus his brothers will have our back too, so.
Fuck yeah. And
that'd be dope.
And they could kick some
especially
ass.
if we're at the slabs or something.
Fuck yeah. Sitting there playing at the slabs, and like somebody gets a little mouthy.
Yeah.
Like, listen.
You just hear in the background. He fucking broke his fucking vodka bottle.
He just shatters it, just ready to stab a motherfucker. Yeah. Like, listen, we have shotgun in car. Shut the fuck up. That's my brother. But who do you think of those two is in a better position to win a championship right now? Do you think Jokic has a better chance this season, like right now, than Luka, or do you think Luka might have a better shot?
I think Jokic has the best shot this year that he's probably ever had because the team's the healthiest that it's really been.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's tough.
Fucking Luka got his team with nobody to the Western Conference Finals last year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. I it's probably biased again, but I think Denver.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. Because I think Dallas lost Jalen Brunson, and they're like less of a team. They added no one else. So they're kind of like less of a team than they were last year. And they're starting to pull away from 500, but they've been hovering right around 500 all season. And the fucking Nuggets are the number 1 seed in the West right now. So you need another beer?
Show.
Let me grab a beer.
Let's do it, man.
It's a
I am
two-beer
fucking
pod.
thirsty. It's a 2-beer pod.
It's a 2-beer pod.
2-beer blues pod.
I know, right?
I'd rather have the 2-beer blues than the 3-2 blues.
Oh, God. I don't think any of these young kids know what 3-2 is.
Well, actually, I don't even know if there's any. We were one of the few states that even had it, I think, there for a while. I don't know. I know, yeah, they don't sell it here anymore at all, do they? I don't think.
No, they don't.
I know the original law was you could drink it at 18.
Yeah, it was when my dad was young.
Yeah.
I remember my dad saying that they used to be able to drink 3-2 beer at 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those that you don't know, here in Colorado, because we were lame as fuck forever, they only had 3.2% alcohol in the beer that they sold at it's like
Convenience stores and Sunday beers.
right.
Yeah.
It's like retail versus hobby.
Oh, fuck.
It's retail beer.
Oh, man. I didn't even realize that,
Yeah,
bro.
You get your hobby at the liquor store. You get your retail at fucking
Yeah.
7-Eleven.
And if you wanted to have a Super Bowl party, you had to buy all your beer on Saturday.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
When the
You had
Broncos
to load up on Saturday.
Super Bowl 32, dude, when the Broncos played the Packers.
Oh,
we
yeah.
fucked up and didn't buy beer, and we had to fucking buy mountains of 3-2
Same.
beer.
Mm-hmm. We had
Mountains.
some 6-0, but not much. Dude, yeah, we went and, yeah.
Shit loads. And because
We
it was
were pissing all over the place, bro, because fucking the bathroom was full all night, dude. So
Yep.
everybody was just pissing off the back porch and shit, dude. Oh, my God. You got to drink 3 times as many to
Oh.
fucking catch a buzz.
Yep.
I don't even know if I caught a buzz that night.
Oh,
bro.
I
I drank
did.
so many.
Oh, I did. I got fucked up, dude. I drank probably 30 beers that night, at least.
I probably drank 20, bro. I don't know. I don't remember being very fucked up.
I remember I was at my friend's house. I was at Crosby's, and we were over there watching the game. And I wasn't watching it with my dad because I can't watch Bronco games with my dad, especially Super Bowls and games that matter, because he flips the fuck out. And I'm an optimist. He's a pessimist, and we don't mesh well. But I knew when they won the Super Bowl, he was going to be emotional. So I called him up. This is like pre-cell phones, bro. Like I go to the phone,
Yeah.
and I fucking call him up, and I was like, I remember trying to tell him, "Congratulations, Dad, we won the Super Bowl." And it came out, "Congratulations, Dad." Dude, I was fucking shithoused. And like, you're sitting
shit.
down, you're watching the game, and you're drinking beers. You're like, beer, you're like going to the cooler, to the bathroom, and back to your seat. And that's it. And then like I got up and like did something a little different, and I could just feel it. I stood up, I was like, oh, I'm fucked up. Fuck yeah, we won the Super Bowl.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, dude, it was awesome. But so for those of you that don't know what 3-2 beer is,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
like
it is.
half the alcohol,
Mhm.
basically.
Yep, it's retail beer. It's blaster beer.
Oh, man.
But we'll move on, bro. We'll jump out of that. We'll go into our Week 17 NFL recap.
But first,
Oh shit!
Can we get a motherfucking moment of silence for this small chronic break?
Damn, dude, that's a hog leg.
I was going to say small. I tried to roll it kind of small, bro, but that shit turned out.
Dude, that is a fucking fatty. That's an old school fatty.
I put the glass tip on there, so it looks bigger than it is.
I need a glass tip for my dick.
That's what I always tell her. It looks bigger than it is.
It's anal friendly.
It's anal friendly.
But we'll jump into our Week 17 NFL recap. The Bucks ended up winning the division. They had a tough time with the Panthers. I'm good, bro. I'm a 2-hitter quitter.
That was only one.
Was it? All right, I'll hit it.
Yes, I am calling you out. Okay. Now you may proceed.
Now that we smoked out the studio. Goodness. But Tampa Bay won the division. They had a tough one with the Panthers, and they pulled it out. Tom Brady had a huge day. He threw for like over 400 yards and like 3 tutties. Mike Evans had a huge day, like over two.
Bro, he had a huge day.
Yeah, like over 203 tutties himself.
He's kind of becoming like an all-time guy almost.
Kinda, bro. I was listening to somebody on the NFL channel I have in my car.
Yeah.
And he was like talking about his stat lines like
Yeah.
over the career, and I was like, dude, that's pretty impressive.
It's pretty good, dude.
He's like top 10 in yards, and like
Yeah.
he's getting up there, dude.
Yep.
And I think him getting fully healthy is gonna help. And fuck, man, they're getting I can't remember which offensive lineman it was. It Wirfs? I can't remember. They're getting somebody back in the O line, which is gonna help. I mean, it's been a fucking hole there for the whole season. So the Bucks, dude, my Super Bowl pick is still alive.
I know, man.
We're still alive. So we'll see what happens with Brady and the Bucks. You can never bet against Brady. That's what they say.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that dude.
Because I'll drop that motherfucker.
The Giants won and got into the playoffs for the first time in a while. Dude, what do you think about the Giants? You think that they're solid? Do you think they're have a shot at winning a game or two?
I think they're solid-ish.
Yeah.
I think they're better than I thought they would be, and I think they're better than they get credit for. I don't know if they are championship caliber or not.
Yeah.
I think they can win a game in the playoffs,
Yeah.
depending.
Depending on who they get.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like happy for the Giants. Like I don't necessarily love them or hate them.
Yeah.
Don't really care.
No.
But word,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
cool
kind
to
of the same, and
Kind of see new blood, you know.
I don't mind Daniel Jones either. I don't think he's horrible. I don't think he's great, but I think he's okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. He's proved me. I thought he was horrible,
Yeah.
and he's proved me wrong, dude. He's playing
Yeah.
great. He's playing really well.
Yeah.
Saquon's a beast. You know, I've always kind of liked Saquon when he came out.
Yeah.
So that team has some potential, dude, for possible shit in the future, maybe.
Yeah, I had a chance to pick up a Saquon downtown at the last show, and I kind of pussed out, and I kind of kicked myself in the ass afterwards because I had a chance to get it at a decent price. But
Yeah.
oh well, I've kind of talked myself out of downtowns a little bit because of the fact that they kind of commemorate the team and the player, and I don't like the fact that once they leave, then it's gonna kind of like suck.
Right.
So
Like
I
a
don't know.
Baker downtown.
Yeah, yeah,
Rookie downtown anyway.
yeah.
That's true.
So I don't know. Anyways, I am happy that the Giants are doing better for sure too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see teams that haven't been there for a while.
Yeah. Especially those classic teams that kind of start sucking for a while. The Giants and the 49ers and
Yeah. Yeah.
the Jets.
The Jets.
And, you know,
Yeah.
they actually won a few games. And
They were relevant. The Jets were a little better this year.
Yeah.
They had some quarterback issues, but
yeah.
overall they were much better. Speaking of the 49ers, they won the division. 49ers are looking strong, dude.
Mhm.
Like with Jalen Hurts' injury, the door's open, I think, for the Niners. Even if when he comes back, it's good. He might be rusty. You know, there might be some issues. So, man, I think the Niners have a shot, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what is kind of sort of opening the door for the Giants just a little too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So, I don't know. Well, didn't the Giants beat the Eagles too?
I don't
Or
think
no?
so. No,
No.
the Commanders beat them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see.
I think I picked the Giants to beat the Eagles like a dumb fuck a couple weeks ago.
That might be what you're thinking
Yeah.
of.
I think that was one of my few missed picks over the last couple months. I'm just saying.
Speaking of our picks, you want to get into the picks?
Yes, because
So-
I am a genius.
Dude, so last week you went fucking 4-0, dude. You went 4-0. Nicely done, sir.
Word.
Nicely done. So that bumps you up to 37-14 on the year, dude. That's good.
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Let's get some Wu-Tang on the board.
Wu-Tang! I keeps it real! Keeping it real goes wrong.
Yep, Dave
Oh,
Chappelle.
man.
Absolutely.
Those were some good skits.
Dude, he fucking barks at that guy like DMX. Oh, man. I came unglued. That shit was great.
He ends up pumping gas.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
But I keep it real.
I kept it real.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Oh, man. But
Anyway.
I went 2-2 last week. Fucking went 500. Not good. So I'm 34-17 on the season. 3 games back with 1 week to go. And looks like Jeremy's pulling away here. He's pulling
So all I gotta do is just pick the same as you, so and I'll be good.
You could.
No, I'm just kidding.
But we rotate him, so I could
Yeah.
always dodge. I can always bust the
yeah,
left.
yeah.
Speaking of, we'll jump into the next week's picks. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the docket. The 7-9 Titans at the 8-8 Jags. I'll let you go first.
I would love to pick the Titans, but they're still have quarterback issues, I think.
Yeah, I don't even know what guy they're starting right now. It's Malik Willis's backup, so it's like
Yeah.
the third string guy.
Yeah. I got to go Jags on that one. I kind of haven't had much faith in them, and I think I've even picked against them a little bit this year, but yeah, I got to take them in that game.
Yeah, Jags. This is for the division too, so like the winner of this game wins the division. They get into the playoffs.
Titans are still in it?
So yeah, if they win the game, they'll have the tiebreaker on the Jags, so they'll win the division.
Yeah.
But if they lose, Jags go. I'm gonna have to go Jags too, bro. I think Trevor Lawrence is playing great, and Travis Etienne's playing great.
That means they make the playoffs then?
It's looking like it,
Okay.
which would be great for his fucking cards. That's for sure.
Interesting.
Great for his cards.
Yeah.
The next game we got the 10-6 Ravens at the 11-4 Bengals. Fuck, that's a tough game to pick.
Yeah.
Fuck, because the Bengals coming off of what they're coming off of. Damn.
Yeah, that tangles it up a bit.
Mm-hmm. I think I gotta go Bengals still though. I think they're the better football team. Ravens they're not playing Lamar. It's tough for them. Tough on the offensive side for sure.
What's the Ravens record?
They are 10-6.
Damn.
I mean, they're only like a game back behind the Bengals, really. But they're two different. They're going 2 different directions.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I would even consider maybe not picking the Bengals is just because they might be a little fucked up in the head over shit, but I got to still go Bengals.
Going Bengals.
They're pros. They'll get over it.
Yeah,
They got to.
they have to. Yeah, it's true. And that's kind of the same thing with the next game. So next game is the 8-8 Patriots at the 12-3 Buffalo Bills. I go first. I'm picking the Bills all day. I'll pick the Bills every time. So, man, we're going like all the same games. I have no chance to catch you.
Yeah, I mean, I can't not pick the Bills in that game, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna
I
win.
just can't, dude.
They're gonna have so much emotion, bro. They're gonna be playing with everything they got at home. Last game of the year. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So looks like we got the 7-9 Jets at the 8-8 Dolphins, and let's see, I go first on that one. 2 teams that are kind of both sputtering right now.
Jets have been eliminated or no?
I think so.
Yeah.
Jets are out.
Dolphins too?
I think the Dolphins could still get in. I think they can get in if they have to win, and some other shit has to happen. Like, they don't control their destiny. They need some work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Dolphins because I think Tua's gonna. I don't even know if Tua's gonna play, honestly. If it's Teddy 2 gloves, actually,
I think he's hurt too, ain't he? Thought they said he was in concussion protocol.
Teddy.
Yeah, I thought they said
Really?
something. Maybe not. I could be wrong. I thought they said there was something with him too.
It could be. I haven't heard. All they've been talking about is the Hamlin thing. So
Yeah.
they're not really talking about football. Huh.
I could be wrong.
I'm gonna change to the Jets. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to the Jets, dude.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of picking all home teams, and I'm going to go with Finns. That way I already was gonna pick them anyway.
You go Fins.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of those Giants, the 9-6-1 Giants are going to be playing at Philadelphia. Not sure if Jalen Hurts is playing or not. I'm not sure at all. Fuck. Oh, it's you. It's you. You go first.
And Philly already clinched the spot, no?
I think they clinched the division.
Yeah.
I don't think they've clinched number 1 overall yet.
No, yeah, they clinched the division though. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that might be Gardner Minshew on that one too. So
Yeah, I think so. Man, and I don't want to. I've been kind of hard on the Eagles this year too. Although I picked against them once or twice just because I felt like they needed to lose, and it was always the wrong times.
yeah.
I'll go Giants just for fun.
Going Giants, huh?
Yep.
Well, I'll go Eagles just to keep it interesting. I think the Giants probably going to win that game, but Eagles just to see if I throw in Hail Mary, see if I can catch you. Last game is going to be the 8-8 Lions at the 8-8 Packers. This is an interesting game because if Green Bay wins, they're in, and if the Lions win, they could still get in. They would need some help also, but pretty big playoff implications on this one. And it's going to be me first, so I'm going to go with the Lions, dude. I'm going with the Lions because I think Aaron Rodgers chokes in big games. I really do.
He kind of does. You're not lying.
Yeah. They are at home. Yeah, I'm going Lions.
Yeah. He does kind of, but they're on a weird, one of those weird streaks right now one of those storybook streaks that's kind of writes itself a little bit.
They are winning, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I had originally picked all home teams, but I think I picked the Giants as the only away team, so I'll pick Packers on this one.
Okay.
And then that gives us 3.
3.
So we can tie.
I could tie. My best case scenario is a tie. I'll take that. That'd be dope.
And we'll have to have a tiebreaker.
Right.
Broncos game is the tiebreaker.
Oh, damn. We should do that.
Damn, I still didn't end up going to any games this year, bro, and it would have been the fucking cheapest year to go.
It would have been.
Would have been the least exciting though.
Yeah. Definitely. Fucking tiebreaker. Broncos at Chargers.
Oh fuck.
You go first.
At the Chargers?
At the Chargers. No. I think it's in Denver.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because we played at the Chargers already.
Oh my god. That's cruel, dude. That's just fucked up. I was joking, man.
Those was jokes.
Oh man, you don't make me pick against the Broncos, dog.
You could pick the Broncos,
I know.
but do you want to win? Is the question.
Let's do this. Broncos Chargers total points. That's the tiebreaker.
No. Hell no. That's lame. Fuck no. We're going to go head.
Fuck, dude. Then the Chargers.
You're going to go Chargers?
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Rob? You picked your team, bro.
Well, I do have a fucking Herbie I need to dump by the end of the season, so.
Dump it. I'll go Broncos just to keep the tiebreaker legit.
All right.
All right. I think you got the better of me on that one, though.
Probably. I don't fucking like it, though.
No. No, I'm sure you don't. Dude, I remember when we had the Jets and Broncos on there earlier in the season, and you're like, there's no fucking way the Jets are going to beat the Broncos. I remember that one. You went with your heart there.
That's the only time we've had the Broncos on all year, I think.
All year.
And I remember the very first week, you didn't have the Broncos and Seahawks on there. And I was like, what the fuck? That's going to be a big game. Fucking Broncos going to win that shit. Yeah, that was dumb.
Shit. I think I thought that too, though.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put it on there because I didn't want our feelings to get involved.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew I would have picked the Broncos all day.
All day.
Yeah. Dude, dude, I had them.
I don't think there's a person in the United States that didn't pick the Broncos to win that
Dude,
game.
fuck no. Russell Wilson revenge game? Hell yeah, dude. Unbelievable.
Oh man.
All right, so locked him in. Dude, you have a chance to get like 40 wins.
Yeah.
You're
Maybe I should have tried harder on my picks this week then.
dude, maybe you should have like jumped in FanDuel.
Yeah. Right. I didn't do any football betting this year at all.
I don't think I did either.
I don't think
Just
I did at all.
fantasy.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Yeah, dude. But is it fucking time?
Yeah. It is time to talk about the UFC, and all the fucking shitty thing going on in the UFC right now is the fucking Dana White drama. So that kind of sucks. I don't want to talk about it too much, but
Oh man.
it is the big news in the UFC and shit. And one thing I do want to say about it, bro, is like, you should never ever hit a woman and all that, bro. But they should. That's not a free pass for them to hit you first, bro. She smacked him first, like
She smacked him good too.
she smacked him pretty good. And I'm not saying it's okay for him to hit her back, but it's just a natural reaction. You don't get a free pass to like just smack somebody and not have any repercussions. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know. I'm not saying it should have been violence or whatever, but like, it's fucked up, dude, that these chicks think that they can just go around smacking a dude because the unwritten rule is the guy can't hit him back, and it's shitty. It's wrong on both parts. They were getting fucked up and wasted. But it wasn't-
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't just him,
Right.
like it's both of them. They both fucking did it.
Right.
And he's going to be the one getting the fucking hammer. Everybody's going to be talking shit to him because he hit a fucking woman and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not defending that. He shouldn't have hit her, but she shouldn't have hit him first,
Yeah.
you know?
Nobody should hit anybody. Bro.
Nobody should hit anybody.
Yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
should hit anybody.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period. Like
Period.
You learn that when you're little.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why I'm not even a big fan of like spankings and shit. Honestly, bro, like I got some spankings and don't get me wrong, I deserved some of them, bro. But
Yeah.
I got my ass whipped sometimes too, and most of the time that made me more spiteful, dude.
Yeah.
It made me have animosity and want to act out more. Usually,
Yeah.
nobody would even know how to hit another person if they hadn't been hit.
Right. That's true. That's true.
So like, I don't know. It is what it is. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't even know what's gonna happen. They're coming at a lot of people pretty hard for that right now. I don't think they'll cancel him, but he's gonna have some fucking.
They might.
He's gonna have
They
some.
might try.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will succeed, but they'll try.
Yeah, he's gonna have some fucking battles to fight probably.
It's gonna be a rough road for him, dude. It's gonna suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is gonna suck, dude. And you can't
You can't do it.
do it, bro.
You just can't do it. Especially when you're at that stature.
Yeah,
You know.
and people are looking at you the whole fucking time
That
out in
camera,
public.
Yeah, dude, that camera I saw that recorded it was not close. It
No,
was-
they were
like,
across the fucking.
across the thing. They
yeah.
zoomed in with their camera as best they could, and they were watching it.
It wasn't
and
even super clear. I
they-
mean, it was clear what happened, but it wasn't.
They just got lucky that happened while they were doing that. They're like, "Fuck yeah!
Oh, it's Dana White. Look, yeah, and then
Call TMZ, bitches!"
yeah, cha-ching.
Cha-ching!
So, yeah, I mean, don't get so fucked up.
Yeah,
You know,
control your booze and your cocaine and whatever the fuck else you were doing,
your
and
cocaine.
just keep your hands to yourself. Just quit
Yeah.
hitting each other.
Stop hitting each other, man. Stop hitting each other. But anyway, January 14th, we got the fight night coming up. It's still a little ways away, but right now it's still the same headliner. Nasruddin Imamov versus Kelvin Gastelum. The other exciting fight that they did have booked on that was Jeff Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov, but that got canceled. Shavkat's actually kind of a big deal. He's got some rookie cards going on and stuff this year. That's actually the one that I had bought off of you fairly recently.
Yeah,
So hopefully they figure out somebody else for him to fight, because that was actually probably more exciting fight than the main event. So we'll see what happens with that. We got UFC 283 coming the week after that, January 21st in Brazil.
Brazil.
So, light heavyweight, you got Shogun Hua. Shogun Hua's kind of farewell fight. I'm pretty sure that it's his last fight. I'm almost positive it's his last fight. Versus Ihor Poteria. Not a super big name. It's kind of looks like a gimme fight for Shogun to walk out on top, but who knows? Usually they don't like to do that. But Shogun is he might get a little bit better treatment on his way out the door than some of the other guys.
Right.
He's been around for a bit. He's never had any drama with Dana and whatever. So good luck to him. He's always been one of my favorites. He's been in some of the epic battles over the course of the UFC and Pride and everything else, but he's done.
Yeah.
He's done. He needs to walk away. I hope he doesn't go and fight for one of these lesser promotions and just for money, you know. But how can
Yeah.
you fault him, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you got to strike while the iron's hot.
Everybody
man.
wants fucking money.
You gotta
even if
you got to make that dollar.
you're getting paid and you know you're gonna lose. Fuck, it's money, dude.
Yeah. It's money. I'd take an ass whooping for that amount of money.
Yeah.
I probably would.
Yeah. So then we've got Gilbert Burns and Neil Magny for the welterweight that night also. So that should be a good one. Gilbert Burns is he's the only one that's really put up much of a fight for Hamzat.
Oh yeah.
So that was a great fight. Hopefully that can end up being a banger there. Then we got the flyweight championship. Davison Figueiredo, who is the current champ, versus Brandon Moreno, who is the interim champ. Who gained the interim because Figueiredo couldn't fight, whatever. You know, sometimes, I don't know, kind of coincidentally, when these guys become champ, they got to take time off, and
Right.
they got to have a surgery, and they got to this, and, you know, how can you blame them?
Yeah.
But they drag out their championship a little bit sometimes by doing that, and so then UFC or whatever has to have interim titles so that they can keep having championship fights while the other guys
Fuck
dicking
off.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Celebrating.
Celebrating.
And then so light heavyweight championship. It's a big fight. The Glover Teixeira versus Jamal Hill. That's gonna be for the championship. Should be a banger.
Yeah.
Glover's a little old, but that dude doesn't pull any punches, man. He just bangs, and I'm pretty excited for that whole card. So we'll see how it goes. Other than that, you know, there hasn't been a ton of other UFC news other than Bozo Dana White, but who knows? I don't think they're gonna come at him. I don't know, man. I don't know. As if there've been charges and shit pressed.
We'll see.
That's tough. That's
Yeah.
tough. It's Disney, ESPN. They fucking got some money. They got some people that give a shit. So
Yeah, they do.
we'll see how that affects the future of the UFC.
I know. It
You
could.
know?
It really could affect it.
They've made
Yeah,
some
true.
owners sell teams for shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe not quite like that, but you know,
Donald Sterling was less than that.
for saying some shitty
said
words.
Some shitty words.
Yeah,
They're pretty shitty words. But he lost his
Yeah.
team.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's fucked up. Like I said, it could kind of sort of be considered self-defense ish, you know.
No way.
Hit somebody back, you know.
No way.
Yeah, I don't
No
know,
way.
man. He didn't. I don't know. It looked like he held back. He didn't smack her that hard, but I don't know. Either way,
Either way.
you know.
This guy at work. This guy at work is like, bro, did you see Dana White fucking two-piece his wife? I was like, what?
Nah,
He
he
goes-
barely
he goes,
fucking
he
smacked her.
two-pieced her. He goes, he hit her twice. Whap. And then he's like, whap.
Kind
Hit
of.
her again. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, shit. I never heard that term two-piece.
The one she got him was worse than either of the ones he hit her with, but still don't make it right.
No.
But she should get assault too. I mean, they should both get fucking charged. If anybody's gonna get charged, they both need charges.
Should.
So
I would think.
she initiated it. She hit him first. So I don't know, man.
Not the usual way it works, though.
Yeah. No, but that's what's fucked up is there's
Yeah.
that double standard, bro. These chicks think they have free reign to just smack a dude, bro, and that ain't really cool either.
No, it's definitely not cool at all.
So I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see what ends up happening with it.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't fuck the UFC up, but
Yeah, you never. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. But yeah, bro, that's all I got, brother. You got fucking anything else you want to hit up this week?
no, just like we were talking about grading and shit. That's cool. It's fun and exciting. Do what you like. I've been getting more into vintage and shit again lately. Drew kind of helped spark that in me a little bit again, and
Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew. It's just the grading thing is fun too. That can almost even be a hobby, just grading the cards for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun, dude.
Seeing what grades you get.
Seeing what happens, and I sent off a bunch of medium to low grade vintage that is going to increase the value on most of it, at least a little bit. But
Yeah.
part of it is just for fun, dude, and to see what happens and to check it out. And it's just, I don't know. Yeah, the only other thing I want to say is I'm gonna throw out another little plea to help us out. We don't have a marketing budget, we don't have a lot of money to be spending on advertising and shit like that. So any share, any like, any subscribe, any little click is gonna help us out. So if you appreciate anything that we're doing, go and click on a few vids, go and click a few likes, hit a share every now and then. It would fucking help us out a lot,
Yeah, for sure.
So
absolutely.
we don't beg for that too often, but I'll go ahead and beg today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Click on that fucking thing and do all that blah de
Click
da.
on this link and that link and this and blah de blah de blah.
Oh, one last thing. Just found out actually from Uncle Drew
Uncle Drew
and the homeboy Zach from up there in northern Colorado. Let's see, it is the 28th, I want to say. January 28th, they are having, it's called the Friends of Baseball. They're a group up in northern Colorado that they help raise money for baseball, like kids sports and shit up there, I guess.
Nice.
So they're having the Legends Breakfast, I think it's called, and they're having Tim Raines as a guest there.
Oh, cool.
And they probably have like autographs and shit like that afterwards or whatever. I think it's like $20 to attend this breakfast, luncheon, whatever. He probably delivers a little speech, whatever. It's to help out the baseball programs and shit up in that area. And then afterwards, they're gonna have a card show.
Oh, dude,
So,
beautiful.
It's up in Greeley. It's gonna be at 421 North 15th Avenue in Greeley. The card show is going to be after the breakfast, starting at about 10 or so. The breakfast, I think, is from 7 to 10, something like that. So if you're interested in that, just look it up. I don't have any websites or anything like that to pass out to you, but if you look it up, I'm sure you can find it on Facebook or just Google it, whatever. Friends of Baseball up in northern Colorado. So, yeah, it should be cool. I may even get a table. Who knows?
Nice.
If nothing else, might at least go check it out for fun. And
Yeah, fuck yeah. Go walk around and meet some people.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Buy some cards.
Yeah, the homie Zach, I think, is going to be set up there. And
Nice.
so, yeah, it should be cool.
Beautiful.
So, should be a good time. Another card show to add to the list.
Yep. That
Of course, we're
Colorado
gonna
card
have-
scene, bro.
Pikes Peak, the 14th, us the 21st,
And then
that
one's
the 28th. So,
Yeah.
Denver Card Show's supposed to be getting something going in February. We'll get some deets on that soon. iCards in March.
iCards?
All season April.
Yeah,
So, big stuff coming. Come check it out.
absolutely. That Colorado scene, dude. Colorado card scene is on. It's on and popping over here.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to tell y'all. But yeah, absolutely. And we fucking appreciate you guys spending some time with us, giving us a little bit of your attention, and like Jeremy said, throw some likes and some subs, man.
Please, bro.
Please. Will you please? But yeah, we will talk to you guys next week, and thanks again.
Word.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.